The Galactic Council chambers buzzed with what could only be described as barely contained laughter. Ambassador Zixthul of the mighty Hegemony fleet adjusted his crystalline carapace and gestured dismissively at the holographic display showing Earth's pathetic contribution to the war effort. 27 vessels? His translator struggled to convey his species' equivalent of a snort. The humans bring 27 ships to face the void swarm that destroyed 3 entire star systems. Commander Adam Chen stood at attention beside his diplomatic partner, Lieutenant Commander Maheen Khalil, as alien dignitaries from dozens of species mocked humanity's fleet. The smallest contribution by far, the Hegemony brought 800 dreadnoughts. The crystalline architects deployed their moon-sized fortress ships, and even the peaceful Zentai had mustered 200 vessels. Perhaps, rumbled the elephant-like delegate from Mammoth Prime, the humans should remain in the rearguard. For their own safety, of course. Maheen's jaw tightened, but her voice remained steady. With respect-honored delegates, humanity accepts whatever role serves the Alliance best. More laughter rippled through the chamber. Adam caught Maheen's eye and saw the same fire he felt burning in his chest. They'd both served in the Terran Defense Force's most classified divisions. They knew exactly what those 27 ships carried. Admiral Korthak of the Hegemony, a being whose species had conquered half the galaxy through sheer overwhelming force, activated the tactical display. The Void Swarm approaches the Kepler system in 72 hours. Intelligence suggests over 10,000 bioships, each the size of our heavy cruisers. We'll engage them at the system's edge. The battle plan unfolded in 3-dimensional light. Massive alien fleets formed the main battle lines while humanity's tiny contribution was relegated to the very back, practically observers. The humans will provide moral support, Korthak concluded, and the chamber erupted in genuine laughter this time. Adam stepped forward. Admiral, we request permission to take point position. The laughter died abruptly. Korthak's 4 eyes focused on the human with what might have been concern. Commander, your species has shown admirable courage, but 27 ships against 10,000 is certain death, interrupted Zixthul. We cannot allow such waste of life, even human life. Maheen joined Adam at the center of the chamber. We're not requesting suicide, honored delegates. We're requesting the opportunity to do what humans do best. Which is? Asked the architect delegate, its voice like grinding stone. Adam smiled, and something in that expression made several delegates shift uncomfortably. We improvise. 72 hours later, the combined fleet hung in space at the edge of the Kepler system. Thousands of alien warships bristled with weapons that could crack planets, their formations precise and overwhelming. At the very front, looking impossibly small, 27 human vessels maintained perfect formation. Void swarm emerging from hyperspace, announced the Hegemony flagship. Count confirms intelligence estimates over 10,000 bioships. The enemy erupted from folded space like a plague of living nightmares. Organic vessels writhed and pulsed, their surfaces rippling with bioluminescent weapons. They moved with unsettling fluidity, already adapting their formations to counter the Allied fleet's positioning. Human vessels. Admiral Korthak's voice carried a note of genuine concern. Fall back to defensive positions. This is not a request. Adam's voice crackled across all frequencies. Negative, Admiral. All human ships execute Protocol Omega. Maheen's fingers danced across her console aboard the flagship UES Defiance. Quantum entanglement fields active. All ships report ready. What are they doing? Whispered the Zentai delegate. The 27 human ships began to glow. Not with weapons charge, but with something else entirely. Energy patterns that made even the most advanced alien sensors struggle to interpret the readings. The Void Swarm, sensing easy prey, abandoned their formations and rushed toward the human ships in a feeding frenzy. 10,000 bioships against 27, it would be over in seconds. Then the humans fired. But they didn't fire weapons. They fired something far more dangerous, information. Every human ship simultaneously transmitted the complete genetic, behavioral, and tactical database of every Void Swarm bioship ever encountered. Not just data, but active quantum-encoded viruses designed by humanity's greatest minds to exploit the swarm's greatest strength, their biological networking. The effect was instantaneous and terrifying. The swarm's bioships began convulsing, their organic neural networks overwhelmed by contradictory impulses. Ships that had evolved to hunt in perfect coordination suddenly turned on each other. Their biological imperative to consume hijacked and redirected. Impossible, breathed Korthak. How did you? Humans don't just build bigger guns, Adam explained as the void swarm tore itself apart in spectacular fashion. We think differently. While you were building fleets to match their numbers, we were learning to turn their own biology against them. Maheen pulled up the tactical display showing the cascading failure spreading through the swarm. Every human ship carries a full AI research laboratory. We've been studying swarm specimens for decades, waiting for exactly this moment. Within minutes, the mighty void swarm, terror of 3 star systems, had devoured itself. The few surviving bioships fled in random directions, their neural networks too damaged to coordinate any kind of retreat. The Galactic Council chambers fell silent, except for the soft humming of life support systems. 27 ships, Zixthul finally whispered. 27 ships just saved the galaxy. Admiral Korthak's massive form leaned forward on the display screen. How long have your species been planning this? Adam and Maheen exchanged glances. Since the first time someone underestimated us, Adam replied. About 10,000 years, give or take. The silence stretched longer this time. Finally, the architect delegate spoke with something approaching respect in its grinding voice. Perhaps we have misjudged humanity's place in the galactic community. Maheen smiled with quiet satisfaction. We prefer it that way. Makes it easier to surprise people. As the combined fleet began salvage operations, word spread across the galaxy with impossible speed. The humans, the small, weak, technologically inferior humans, had just demonstrated that sometimes the smallest fleet could deliver the biggest surprise. The galaxy had laughed at humanity's contribution. Nobody was laughing now.